Conference, I moved to this country, to this city, when I was 7 years old. I spoke no English, and on my first day at school, my classmates had each learned something in Italian to make me feel welcome. And I'll never forget, one of them wrote, "Welcome to Glasgow. P.S. If you're a real Italian, whereabouts is your chippy?" My family, like thousands of other migrants, came here to work. They run businesses. They teach our children. They are the lifeblood of our NHS. They make an incredible contribution to our society, just like the millions of Scots who emigrated, enriching nations across the globe. And yet, they have been demonised as benefit cheats, denied a vote in the referendum, and now used as bargaining chips. Conference, these are people's lives. It's time for the Tories to stop messing with them and guarantee their right to live here now. As John Swinney said earlier, on the morning of the 24th of June, for millions of people across the UK, the future was suddenly thrown in doubt. And in times of profound uncertainty, it's the job of politicians to steady the ship and chart a new course. The Prime Minister, he abdicated responsibility. The Chancellor, nowhere. The Home Secretary, silent. Only one leader gave that direction and reassurance, the First Minister of our country, Nicola Sturgeon. Delegates, Tory Party Conference was an eye-opener. It told us everything we need to know about the kind of country they want. They want employers to list foreign workers, universities to crack down on foreign students, the NHS to replace foreign doctors, walls built across the Channel. Conference, what a reckless display of divisive nationalism. It has no place in Scotland. We will never subscribe to it. Friends, the Leave campaign was a con, led by politicians responsible for the deep inequalities that scar our society. Politicians who imposed austerity on the most vulnerable and then shifted the blame onto the shoulders of migrants. Unless Scotland takes its destiny in its own hands, these are the people who will continue to decide our future. And make no mistake, the United Kingdom that Scotland voted for in 2014 no longer exists. 2 years ago, Labour and the Tories said, vote no to protect your place in Europe. Today, we stand on the brink of the EU exit door. Delegates, those parties can never be trusted with Scotland's future again. I am proud that Scotland voted emphatically to remain in the EU. Brexit never was and never will be in our national interest. Strathclyde University say a hard Brexit will lead to 80,000 fewer Scottish jobs by 2026. And if the UK does stay in the single market, the price tag will be $5 billion a year just to access it. Friends, that is the absurdity of Brexit, paying more for what we already had. But whether you count yourself as a Euro enthusiast or a Eurosceptic, this is now much bigger than that. This is about Scotland's right to be heard. Theresa May came to Scotland pledging to listen, but she's since made clear that the only voice that matters is her own. So we face a choice. Do we continue to be dismissed and ignored as a nation, or do we take our place in the world as a constructive member of the international community as an independent country? Conference, I will conclude because my lights are flashing in front of me. We voted to stay in the world's largest market. We voted to protect our workplace rights. We voted to safeguard our right to live and work across the continent. So the message to the Prime Minister is this: the days of Scotland being sidelined are over. Remain means remain. Our voice will be heard.